helping visitors find their way to film locations and other magical places. The Harry Potter brand is very lucrative, and J.K. and her publishers have been involved in a number of copyright cases to stop others from exploiting it, such as suing New York's Daily News for publishing extracts from the Order of the Phoenix before its official release. A health food store had inadvertently put the novels out early, and the newspaper had got its hands on a copy. In England, an enterprising burglar snatched 7,000 copies before the release date, in the hope of selling them back on the black market. In 2008, Warner Brothers and J.K. took US publisher RDR Books to court in order to block the publication of a 400-page reference book written by Stephen Vander Ark. The judge ruled that the Harry Potter's lexicon would breach copyright, and the publisher was forced to abandon the project. J.K. found the process grueling.
It gives me no pleasure to take legal action, but I'm here today because I feel very strongly about an issue that affects many more people than just me. If books that plagiarize other works are permitted, authors, fans and readers stand to lose. There are lots of books in many languages that comment on or criticize Harry Potter, and I'm delighted about that. But the book in this case is different. It provides no analysis and virtually no commentary. It takes far too much, and it gives far too little.
The author, who began as a struggling single mum, is now a billionaire. In 2008, she was number 9 on the Forbes Celebrity 100 Power List, and the highest paid author, with earnings of around $300 million for that financial year. The high-profile nature of her success has thrust her into the media spotlight. It's a place she finds very uncomfortable.
I've never in a million years dreamed that I would have journalists banging on my front door, and I never in a million years dreamed that I would have long lens photographs taken of me or my children. So that, you know, these things were really sometimes challenged the sort of privacy of Harry's world that I was working so hard to maintain.
Behind the scenes, she's a committed philanthropist. In 2000, she established the Volant Charitable Trust with an annual budget of £5.1 million to alleviate poverty and social inequality. Disadvantaged children, single-parent families and multiple sclerosis feature strongly in the many other charities she supports. In 2006, she travelled to Romania to promote the Children's High Level Group, which works to promote the rights of children.
Just a few words from me. I'm delighted to be here in Romania to see for myself some of the great progress you've made in the field of child protection and to learn more about it. I firmly believe that every child has the right to a secure and loving environment in which to grow up. And I'm keen to help build on your success in this area, both here and in the wider world.
By 2006, J.K. was herself a mother of 3. Her son David was born in 2003, and her second daughter Mackenzie in 2005, both to her second husband Neil Murray. To further support the children's charity, she auctioned a handwritten and illustrated book of the tales of Beedle the Bard. The fairy tale book was one of 7.
The idea came really because I wanted to thank 6 key people who had been very closely connected to the Harry Potter series, and these were people for whom, you know, a piece of jewellery just wasn't going to cut it. So I had the idea of writing them a book, handwriting and illustrating a book just for these 6 people, and then I thought, well, if I'm doing 6, I've really got to do 7, and the 7th book will be for this cause, which is so close to my heart.
The book fetched £1.95 million, making it the most expensive modern book ever auctioned. When Waterstone's bookstore held the celebrity charity auction in 2008, J.K. supplied a handwritten 800-word prequel to Harry Potter. It fetched £25,000, with the money going to PEN, a charity which champions freedom of expression and dyslexia action. That same year, she gave the British Labour Party a donation of £1 million. commenting that the opposing Conservative Party discriminated against poor working parents. Harry Potter books have won many awards, and J.K. has received a number of honorary degrees, including one from Harvard University in 2008, where she addressed the graduating students.
As you stand on the threshold of what is sometimes called real life, I want to extol the crucial importance of imagination.
A staunch believer in free speech, she defended another much-loved children's series, The Golden Compass, after the Catholic League called for it to be banned in American schools.
I believe passionately in freedom of expression, in freedom of speech, and I've said this before, I have always taken my annual inclusion on the most banned books list as a massive compliment. You look at the writers on that list, you know, what can I say? There's a place for debate about issues, and there's certainly a place for debate about what we show our children and what we read to our children. But attempts to ban things are always counterproductive, and I've met more than one child whose parents didn't want them to read Harry Potter, and of course it became the one and only thing they wanted to read, and they've read them.
In 2009, the French government inducted J.K. into the Legion of Honor, giving her the honorary title of Knight. In her thank you speech, she revealed a personal connection to the elite merit society created by Napoleon Bonaparte in the early 19th century.
La Légion d'honneur a des connotations toutes particulières.
The Legion of Honor is something very special and personal for me.
Mon arrière-grand-père était français.
My great-grandfather was French, and he received the Legion of Honor in 1924 for his courage at the Verdun battlefield.
Pour son courage lors de la bataille de Verdun.
Of course, my work cannot be compared to the acts of these men who suffer from their injuries or sacrifice their lives for liberty and justice. But he is an ancestor, and I've always been proud of him, so I like to believe that he is happy to know that there is a second Legion of Honor in the family. And the books written by his great-granddaughter are very well appreciated in the country of his birth.
Ont été source de plaisir dans son pays natal.